so you can see me. Better? Yeah. Hey, give yourself a hand and give these guys a hand. This is awesome. Awesome. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm Warren Feria, and I am an amateur at stand-up and a professional at lay down. And for the ridiculously low price of $1, you can come over to my place at about 3 a.m. and watch me perform. Thank you. I'm easy, but not cheap. I was brewed in Milwaukee, but bottled in East LA for your enjoyment. Thank you. I'm into fishing, hiking, and a good workout at the gym. One day out of the year. I support parents against childhood obesity, so when I see a fat kid, I kick him. I love people, because loving animals is against the law. I often think about nothing. I met my girlfriend the other night. We went dancing. But when I woke up, she disappeared. She asked me, "What do you like to dance to?" I said, "Music." I like doing karaoke, but her husband, Bob Oakey, don't like it. So I have to do her when he is not around. I was disappointed to find out that I am the head of my household. I did not ask for this. Does that mean I was simply appointed? And which head were they referring to, and was it pointed at the time? I was walking into a liquor store the other day, and a guy in a wheelchair said, "Hey brother, can you help me out with a beer?" I said, "Sure, where is it?" I've been seeing a therapist for a very, very long time, and she's getting better. But I think it's getting serious. Last week I got a free session on the long leather couch, and she asked about my mom. Then we went into her office for my therapy. But I've been seeing my therapist for so long now that with the money I've spent on my therapy, I could have bought a new car. But instead, I have a much deeper awareness of how much I really would have rather had bought a new car. I'm actually self-employed, and I'm doing pretty good. I fulfilled my lifelong dream of becoming a janitor. Thank you very much. I make decent money, I employ a few people, I provide a valuable service, and an added bonus to this job is that I get to get high off the cleaning chemicals. The best part about getting high off the cleaning chemicals is that I get to write it off as a business expense. Many people are unaware of this, but different cleaning products give you different kinds of highs. It's true. Sealers, shines, and spray buffs are hallucinogenics. Floor strippers give you that smooth, mellow high that makes you want to leave $1. Dry foam shampoo, that's a fun buzz, good for kicks and giggles. You get a decent high off of it, but more than anything, you get the munchies big time. As you can see, I use dry foam a lot. But what most people are unaware of is that marijuana smoke is the greatest spot remover ever. Yeah. Now, I'm a professional, so I warn my customers about the possible side effects that the cleaning chemicals may have. I tell them some people get dizzy, some people get nauseous, other people even pass out. Me, I like it. Customers act confused and they're like, wait a minute. You mean to tell me you use marijuana smoke to clean? I tell them, yeah. Best spot remover on the planet and leaves your place looking marijuana-full. But actually, I am against smoking cheap marijuana. My rock and foundation is my wife of 19 years. Thank you very much. I'm not saying my wife is 19 years old. I mean, I'm doing well, but I'm not that rich. After all these years of marriage, we're still head over heels with one another all the time. All the time. We 69 a lot. She refers to me as a sex machine, except the other night she hung a sign on me, out of order. I had just come back from therapy. But enough about the wife and the sex talk. I promised her that I'd keep that short and sweet, just like her. She said she didn't give a shit. I can keep it fat and stupid, just like me. I owe my happy existence to my parents, my wealth and possessions to my dad, my wild dreams to my mom. Dad loaned me 50 grand and died before I can pay him back, and Mom turned me on the pot. Sadly, though, my parents separated when I was born. I was told that I was the possible cause of a broken household. My therapist recommended Home Depot. I was born in a truck. That's the day Mom started smoking pot. I'm kidding, guys, I'm kidding. It was Greyhound. Dad told me he remembers that day distinctly because Mr. Potato Head was driving. I grew up with Dad and spent the occasional weekend with my mom and siblings at Grandma's house in the beautiful desert town of Mexicali. Has anybody ever been there?
Oh, yeah.
You've been to my grandma's house in Mexicali? Those trips to Mexicali were something else, boy, let me tell you. Can I tell you? Can I tell you? Should I tell you? Want to tell you? Can I tell them? Should I tell you? Can I tell you? Want to tell you? Don't tell them. Can I tell you? Those trips to Mexicali were something else. I mean, a million of us would pile into the car and that was just the back seat. And off to Grandma's house we'd go. We'd get there and the doors would fly open and all the children would scatter. Just like cockroaches when the light goes on. But soon I knew that the mayhem would begin. As soon as I saw that the children were laughing, doors were slamming, aunts were making tamales, uncles were swearing, Mexican music blasting in the desert air. Typical Mexican family gathering, you know, except for Mr. Potato Head. But I did my best to protect myself against mayhem because I knew the mayhem would soon come. When the coast was clear, I'd go straight from the car to the only room in the house that had a TV in it. I'd sit there perfectly still, eyes straight forward. Sometimes I remember to turn the TV on. Relatives would walk by and look at me and then look at my mom and say, "Is he retarded? Does he talk?" Mom would roll her eyes and say, "No, he's just fat and stupid." It was usually about then that the mayhem would begin. Mayhem was Grandma. She'd walk into the room, Terminator red, laser-like eyes moving back and forth, green garden hose in one hand. And I swear, when she walked in, I could hear the Darth Vader marching theme full on in my skull. Boom, 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 boom. Sure enough, the mayhem came raining down upon the children. Arms and legs. Stupid one. Aunts and uncles were sure to keep arms and legs away from the children until the mayhem came to a full stop. When it did, Mom would go up to Grandma, take the garden hose, shoot me a look, and then hand Grandma a joint. And they would both disappear to the backyard for the night. And it was then, as a little child in the beautiful desert town of Mexicali, that I realized I would need a therapist for a very, very long time. Ladies and gentlemen, I've been Warren Feria, but that's my problem and not yours. Thank you very much.
Give a nice round of applause.